From my walk with God and the privilege of being married for about 38 years with, thank you, and still counting, with many children, biological, natural, spiritual, adopted, and destiny children, and 9 grandchildren, and still counting. So I'm speaking to you tonight via the anointing and via experience. And I want you to listen very carefully. Marriage is about destiny. Marriage is many things to many people. To some people, it is a necessary evil. To some people, it's just an organized forum for childbearing and child rearing. For some people, it is a contract. Some men need someone that can do house chores, that can keep the house clean and satisfy their sexual desires. And then they pay a stipend at the end of the month to the person. Marriage is more than all that. Listen to me, beloved. Marriage is a covenant relationship. Not a contract. It's more than a contract. Marriage is a covenant. A Jew will understand what I just said. Genesis 15, Genesis 17. The covenant is explained there. When you want to cut a covenant, it involves 2 parties or 2 people. One of them must be stronger than the other. 2 cities, 2 towns. You are a farmer, I'm a hunter. So let's cut a covenant. Meaning, where you are weak, I am strong. Where I am strong, you are weak. We'll come together. So in those days when you want to cut a covenant, certain things characterize the covenant. Number 1, the 2 parties. Number 2, you choose a date. Number 3, you choose a place. Number 4, you invite people as witnesses. And number 5, you get animals ready. Remember when God was going to take his relationship with Abraham to the next level, the level of covenant, he told him to bring animals. And so you see in Genesis chapter 15, when you want to cut that covenant and people have come as witnesses to that particular place, you cut the animals and you put them opposite each other. You cut them into 2 halves. One here, one here. Blood everywhere. And then the 2 of you, you take off. I take off from there, you take off from here. And we walk in between the animals that have been cut. We meet in the middle and we exchange our vows. It's there in Genesis 15. When God was going to cut a covenant with Abraham. When you get to the middle, you say something like this. From this day, I cut a covenant with you. What you have becomes mine. What I have becomes yours. You rise to defend me when necessary and when needed. And I rise to defend you when necessary and when needed. Then you remove your jackets or your garments. You give it to the person. And the person removes his or hers and hands it over to you. Remember, blood is involved. Witnesses are there. There is a place and there is a date. And there is exchange. When you want to get married, this is the pictorial image of what takes place. 2 people. You pick a date. You pick a place. You invite witnesses. And you say something like this. From today, I give you my words. With my worldly goods, I deal worship. I forsake every other person and I cling to you. A lot of people do not take their marriage vows serious because they don't understand that marriage is a covenant. Witnesses, you will notice that most of the time, when the man of God says, who giveth this woman to be married to this man? And the bride's father comes out, takes the bride's hand. Usually, the bride's father hands over the lady's hand to the man of God, not to the groom. Can't he see? Doesn't he know? It's prophetic and symbolic. The father is saying, I have taken care of this girl for 30-something years, for 20-something years. Now I give her back to you, God, through your servant. Give her to whosoever you want. It's a serious thing. A wedding ceremony is a one-day affair or a weekend affair. A marriage is a lifetime event. A lot of people spend time preparing for the one-day event, but they don't prepare for the lifetime event. That's why it's important for you to prepare. To prepare.